Dear friends, thank you for joining me for this weekly update on the third Sunday of Lent. Last Sunday, we saw to date the largest crowd since reopening the church in June. 440 parishioners attended Mass last weekend, and I was delighted to see people I had not seen in a year. As crowds begin to pick up, may I remind you to please register for weekend Masses. Registration helps us manage the crowd and provide adequate space for social distancing in the church. Again, you do not have to register for daily Mass. There's plenty of room for that. But please register for weekend Masses. If you're uncomfortable coming to the church on Saturday or Sunday, please consider joining us for a weekday Mass. And again, let me remind you that our parish website offers daily reflections and practical suggestions for observing Lent and making this season a time of opportunity in spiritual growth. As we progress through the springtime, it is likely that the availability of vaccine will increase, allowing more and more people the opportunity to be vaccinated. I want to reiterate the position of the Church and the Archbishop that it is morally permissible to receive any of the currently available vaccines in the United States. Given the hardship and suffering of the pandemic, the Church believes that it is a service to the common good of the human family to be vaccinated regardless of the manufacturer of the medicine. There continues to be good news about the school, the cathedral. This past week, second and third graders returned successfully for 5-day-a-week in-person instruction. And this week, we'll see the return of our middle school students. I know the parents are glad that the kids are coming back to school for 5 days a week, and I have to tell you the kids are excited also to see and be reunited once again with their friends. For more information about the school, please visit the school's website. Registrations are currently being accepted for the next academic year. And now, a brief word about the scripture readings for this Sunday. In the first reading from the book of Exodus, we hear God impart the 10 Commandments to Moses and to the people of Israel. But doesn't it seem odd that God would free people from Egyptian slavery only to impinge upon their freedom by making demands on them? But therein lies the point. Unbridled freedom can unleash havoc and chaos in our lives. Freedom can morph into license. I can do whatever I want. God in His wisdom knows we need commands, we need laws to shape how we use our freedom. God's commandments allows us to live in peace and right relationship with God and with each other. When he was here in Baltimore, St. Pope John Paul II reminded us Americans that freedom consists not in doing what we like, but in having the right to do what we ought. This Lenten Sunday, as God delivers anew His commandments, we are challenged to ask, how do we use our God-given freedom? Is our freedom purely about us, or is it about becoming the people God created us to be? Do we use our freedom to practice our Catholic faith? Do we use our freedom to help foster a world where all people live in human dignity and justice? Again, St. John Paul II reminds us, when freedom does not have a purpose, when it does not wish to know anything about the rule of law engraved in the hearts of men and women, when it does not listen to the voice of conscience, freedom turns against humanity and society. This week in Lent, may we use our freedom to grow more fully into the ways of our God as we continue our journey to Easter. God bless you, and have a good week.